Name of Leroy Hall. Can we give her a round of applause as she comes up? Can we give her a round of applause? If you ain't seen her on TikTok and Instagram and all of them, y'all about to see. All right, Miss Leroy Hall.
If I was you, I wouldn't like me neither. I'm walking through the club not speaking, but we already know what's the reasons. Slick talk is a dead man walking. This is buy-in season. This ain't a freestyle. This is cooked up and well seasoned. Had to take some time off to mend my broken heart. It was in a million different pieces. Same people I was dapping up, oh, they were the motherfucking reason. But I'm back in them, but I'm back. That's in the past and I'm back now. I'm styling on them. J. Cole with the crooked smile. Kendrick Lamar with the flow. Everything that I spit, it got a message in it now. Telling my city that it's time to turn down and pay attention to our daughters going missing and our sons being gunned down. You ain't gotta call me a king, but my flow say that I earned this crown. And just like the flag, it may tilt a little, but it'll never touch the ground. Oh boy, look what you done started. I got a trap soul. I was just using music as my outlet. Your favorite artist? Oh, your favorite artist is garbage. You only like them because of the outfit. You attracted to the image. Don't give a fuck about the message that's being given. I just pray that all the lost souls are forgiven and that we find peace in this evil world that we're living in. I got a head full of twisted thoughts and a faith that won't bend. What that mean? I stand strong in anything that I believe in. And I'm out here passing out plates when I'm barely even eating. Patching up stab wounds in my back from the people that I used to believe in. But it's all good, mama. Because right now, it's my season. Yeah. I done messed around and went from spoken word poetry, rapping, throwing parties, now with motivational speaking.
Hey.
And when I get to talking, they be saying that I'm preaching. I just added that part on there. All right, so all getting on mic?
Yes, you
I know.
You left the mic.
I don't need to. Bitch, y'all look really nice. You know. Sometimes you got to come in and you got to change the room. It's okay. It's okay. And sometimes it happens like this. It's okay. All right, there we go. Now I feel a little bit better because I can see people. All right. Well, one of the main components, everybody that came up, we talked about self-love. We talked about you loving yourself, you loving yourself, you loving yourself. But in order for you to get to the place where you can actually experience what self-love is, you first have to be able to handle your mental health. Mental health stands on this side. If you ever dealt with the old elderly people, they always used to tell you what's important dates in your life. The date that you were born and your death date. But you got to focus on that dash. That space that lies in between life and death. What you put into the earth. What you were doing. What seeds did you plant? How did you carry yourself? You know, in between that time. It's the same way when you're starting to talk about self-love. You got to make sure that when you're dealing with your mental health, you get to a place in your life where you understand that in order for me to go out and me to love anybody else, to pour into anybody else, to be there for anybody else, I first have to have that same type of love, that same type of energy, that same type of effort when it comes down to me, because people are going to treat me the same way that they see me treating me. So if I make me second best, they're going to make me second best. If I'm standing and I'm speaking negatively about myself, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to feel like it's okay for them to do the same exact thing to you that you're doing to yourself. That's why it's extremely important for you to be the person that you require. Don't let that go over your head. Don't go out here and you want to ask somebody to be able to bring things to the table that you can't bring to the table yourself. You feel me? Like you got to get to a place. Yeah, you got to be that naked, that open, that honest, that transparent with yourself. The first thing I always tell people when I'm talking to them is this: if you can't do the things that you're requiring, then you need to go back and you need to handle your, you know what I'm saying? You need to handle your adult business. People don't understand that. We got women, sometimes we'll get into our little ways and we feel like, oh, I want somebody that's going to be able to pay my bills. Can you get my hair done? Can you get my nails done? Will you be able to do this, that, and the third? Well, we in 2021. This is a whole nother day and time. You feel me? Can you do those things? Can you keep your hair up? Can you keep your makeup up? Can you pay your rent? Can you pay your car note? If you're able to do those things before you meet the next person and you connect with that individual, then guess what? One, if you already have that in order and they already have it in order, y'all are already two bosses together. Two bosses together is going to build an empire. You are now a help to this person and not a hindrance. We're in 2021. It takes two incomes in order to really be able to live your best life, to be able to do the things that you want to do in life. Not saying if you go out here, you meet a millionaire and they're able to do it, then that's fine, well and good. But it shouldn't be a, oh, I'm not going to deal with you because, you know, that type of stuff. But at the same time, I feel like in order for you to get to where self-love is, you first have got to be able to pull out all of your own skeletons, emptying out your own closet, dealing with the things that you've been hiding from, the things that you've been dodging, because a lot of us, even at our age, I'm 43 now, but I can honestly say up until I was the time of 40, I wasn't healing. I was dealing. There's a difference. I learned how to cope with my baggage. I learned how to carry my insecurities. I learned how to mask myself up really well so you couldn't tell that I was broken. You couldn't tell that I was depressed. You couldn't tell that I had other things that was going on inside of me because I learned how to hide those things in order for me to get done the things that I needed to get done. And then when I would go home, then I would be broken. I would be depressed. I would be stressed out. I'm pacing the floor. I got the silent tears rolling down my face. I'm staring at the ceiling in the middle of the night, not wanting anybody to know exactly how I feel. But the fact of the matter is, in order for you to get to a place where you can actually be in a position of self-love, you first have got to deal with self. You got to empty that closet. You got to pull the skeletons out. You got to expose yourself. You got to become transparent with yourself. And one of the things that you will notice first that'll happen when you do that, when you get to a place in life where you're extremely transparent with yourself and you're not afraid of your past, then you will understand that folk can't use your past against you. You can't come and tell me about nothing that I've done in my yesteryears because that made me. I'm not afraid of that anymore. You can't get that reaction that you used to be able to get out of me. You know how sometimes you might have something that you was extremely ashamed of, and that person that you in that relationship with, they know that you have that insecurity. So what they do, in order for them to control the conversation, in order for them to win the argument, they go right there to that one thing. They take that one thing and they run it into the ground. Why? Because they know that you're going to react. You're going to react in that way. So no matter how much you've said, oh, I've changed and I'm living my best life and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, if you cannot be triggered by your past, you have not changed. You got to understand, where much is given, much is required. If you out here and you saying that you living your best life and you saying that, hey, I'm no longer stressed, I'm casting down all these demons and I'm walking upon the earth and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, that time you got to understand you're going to be tried. You're going to be tried, and when you're tried, it's never going to come from somebody that you do not know. It's always somebody that's close to you. It's always somebody that's close to you that's going to bring it up out of you because they know the things that you are hiding. They know what the secrets are. They know what the triggers are. They know how to get you to react. So that's the reason why I say before you can get to self-love, you have to deal with your mental health first. You got to be able to control your thoughts. You got to empty your closet. You got to deal with those things that you hold deep down inside that you don't want anybody to know about. You got to start speaking on those things yourself. So when you start talking about it, that means when somebody else says something about it, it loses all its power. Boom. You know? You've had somebody talking about something that you know already talked about. Baby, I already told them that story. You can't get the laugh that you thought you was going to get. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the shame that you thought you was going to get. You're not going to be able to get that audience that you thought you was going to get. You know what I'm saying? I've already told them about that. It's no longer important. We passed that now. That's above us. We moved on. You feel me? So when you start dealing with it, you got to understand, one, you got to empty out that closet. There's a difference in between being able to live your best life, healing, and coping. There's a very big difference. You got to be able to remove that mask. And it's difficult. It is. It's very difficult. You'll be amazed how many people will end up in relationships, dealing with other people, connections with other people that they don't even really like. You already know before you even start dealing with that individual that they are not what you need. You see the red flags from the door. You already know that they're not financially stable. You know you can't trust them no further than you can see them. You know all of this already, but it's that fear of you dealing with yourself. When you are alone, you got to deal with you. When you are by yourself, you got to focus on you. You got to get down and dirty. So what we do is we go out into life. We don't want to deal with our demons. So we go when we connect with other folks. Yep. We go and get us some distractions. Yep. Right? We go get us some void fillers. Yep. We go get us something to do when it's nothing to do. When I ain't got nobody calling me, I'll call you. When I ain't got nobody to text, then I'll come text you. When nobody want to pull up on me, I know that you good to pull up. So what I'm going to do is, in the middle, because I want to avoid my own trauma. I don't want to deal with my own demons. I don't want to handle me. I'll go and find me a distraction. I'll go and find me a void filler, something to fill that space. And then what happened? When they come into your life and they do all the things that you knew that they were going to do, when they got there, because you knew this when you met them, that they wasn't capable of loving you the way that you deserve to be loved and being in a healthy, happy relationship with you. You saw all the red flags from the very beginning, and you knew this already, but you still attached yourself to them for your own selfish reasons. I should have warned you before I got up here that I'm not your normal motivational speaker. I'm not going to stroke your ego. I'm not going to jump up here and blame everybody else for what's going on in your life. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that say, hey, deal with you. Handle you. Get naked with you. Handle your business, because when you handle your business, you will attract different folk. You're attracting what you're attracting because that's what you're giving off. I'm one of them. I'm not going to stroke your ego. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, water it down. Some of you might like me when you leave. Some of you might not, but you can still follow me and purchase something. It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying, you know. But the fact of the matter is, that's the truth. It's the truth. We know way before we connect ourselves to these individuals that they are not capable of loving us the way that we deserve to be loved, and being in a relationship that is happy and that is healthy, that is growing. We know this beforehand. And what happens is, because of our own selfish reasons, we go and we attach ourselves to these individuals, right? Anyway. And when they break our heart, when they do all the stuff to us, then we cry victim. I can't believe you did me like this. I can't believe you broke my heart. Now you on social media. You got 1,001 subliminal posts. You done called all your homegirls. Y'all ready to ride out. Everybody, you like. But where's your accountability?
None.
That's why it's important for you to take the time that you need to examine yourself, a self-evaluation, to handle your mental health so that you can start your process to self-love. It's a process. You don't just jump over into it and wake up one day and say, oh yeah, well, I'm loving myself today, and then tomorrow you over there depressed. Oh, I'm living my best life. Don't worry about me. I got this together over here. And then next week you over there on social media, you got a paragraph this long that we feel like, what is this? It's a whole audio book. Why? We thought you had it together, sis. We thought you was living happy ever after. What you got going on? You know? So I just, I really wanted to come and I wanted to say, at the end of the day, before you could get to that point of self-love, you first have to handle your mental health. You first have got to learn how to first is the mental health. Secondly, the self-evaluation. And the next part to that is removing the feelings from it. And that was the reason why I showed up with the shirts that said facts over feelings. It's because a lot of times our feelings, how we feel about people, keep us in some really messed up situations. We see all the red flags. We know for a fact this is not beneficial to us. We know we're self-sabotaging, but because we've been taught, oh yeah, you need to be loyal. This is loyal. If you do this, then you're not right. You should never feel bad about detaching from somebody that's treating you poorly. Somebody that's giving you the bare minimum. You know, when you're in situations like that, I don't owe you no explanation for me doing for what's best for me, because guess what? When these tables turn, I bet you they're going to do what's best for them. And that's how folk move. Whenever it's their turn, they're going to do what they got to do. They don't care how much you cry. They don't care how much you hurt. They don't care what it is that you're going through. At the end of the day, if it's what's best for me, if it's going to be beneficial to me, then that's what I'm going to do. So everywhere that I go, I say the same thing. Do what's best for you, because when the tables turn, they're going to do what's best for them. You know, you get to a place in life where you understand, like, okay, I can meet you, we can hang out, we can do this, we can do that, but before I start adding feelings to, I know I ain't got none of that, baby. It's facts over feelings. When I see red flags, I'm aborting mission. It's time to go. When I start seeing that your words don't match your actions, oh, I got to deal with what is real. I got to deal with the reality of it. Facts is something that can be proven. I can prove that you ain't moving like how your words say that you're supposed to be moving. I can prove that. This feeling ain't got nothing to do with it, because this feelings, I know for a fact, will have me sitting over here in a situation where, because I love you, I'm letting you talk to me crazy. Because I love you, I'm letting you in and out of my life however you see fit. Because I love you, I'm letting you walk me like a dog. The devil is a lie. I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm done with that. I can't do it. We've wasted too much time, too much energy, too much effort already on people that did not deserve us, did not deserve our love, none of that. So now I'm at a place where it's just simply detached. It's simply let it go. It's let go. It's facts over all feelings, love. That's it. It's your girl, Streetport, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much, because I know y'all already ready to go. But DJ, go ahead. Yeah, it's your girl, Streetport.
1, 2. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, Ashley.